I would say mature, close to matureness. Of course, there are many opportunities yet, but those are sectors that have been using the service, this kind of outsourcing service, for many years. And the newest opportunities in the industry with the uniforms, the uniforms here in the country, the rental of the uniforms and all the supplying and the maintenance have been in service for many years as well, but with very low volume and very specialized cases. And right now, we see that it is a sector that is growing, little by little. Of course, we're doing a lot of work to develop it, but the industry has changed a lot in Mexico. We have many global companies, global players that are used to do these contract hire, this kind of services in the U.S., Canada, or Europe. And so when they come to Mexico, they are looking for some companies like ours to give the service. So it's something that is beginning to be, I would say, a little bit more important than before, no?
Thanks very much for that, Jose. One other question that we wanted to ask you, actually a couple other questions that we wanted to ask you under the background section.
Can I disturb you? Just another important thing in the hospitality and the healthcare business, we were very focused on big customers, no? And right now there is an opportunity as well in the what we call retail, which is very small accounts, very small accounts. And but there are many of them, no, and we see a very important opportunity there in the retail side of the business. Okay, sorry to disturb.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's useful information, Jose. A couple other questions from us would be around expansion. So could you tell us a little bit about your organization plans, maybe in the near to medium term? Let's look at, say, a 5-year forward-looking timeline. Are you looking to expand outside of Mexico geographically? Are you looking at entering any new markets or new regions? That's question one. And the second question is, are you looking to broaden or diversify your product offering beyond what you currently have?
Good question. We have seen a couple of international opportunities, 3 international opportunities. Those were very studied cases for the company. Those were opportunities that were not in our pipeline or in our strategy. They came in and we studied them, and we didn't succeed because it was we were competing to buy some companies, a couple in the United States and one in Brazil, but we didn't succeed. So we stayed focused in our country. Right now, in our 5-year strategy, we still are focusing in the country. We think that the country has a lot of opportunity yet, so we don't want to distract ourselves and look for other countries right now. I don't know if this answers your question.
That's very much, and thank you so much for going into the specifics of the inorganic acquisition-based growth type of considerations that your company's gone through. Could you tell us a little bit about possibly at any given point, were you or are you considering broadening out your core product offering as well, or do you look to maintain a pretty steady strategy in terms of your product offering?
We're trying to stay very steady. We're even trying to bring down the number of SKUs we have in the market to make an easier operation. But of course, when you enter for example, industries, for example, the automotive manufacturing industry, so there are some very specialized garments that we have to develop and deliver to the customer and solve the problem. Then it's when when our catalog of SKUs grow. But in terms of the standard catalog of the company, we think we have a very robust one, and that solves very well the necessity of the healthcare, hospitality, and industries, the commercial divisions that we have.
Thanks very much for that, Jose. One other question is about the nature of demand for your services. So do you think there is an element of cyclicality or seasonality in the area of demand from various sectors demanding your services? So, a lot of different industries would be faced by periods of low demand and periods of significantly higher demand. Is that something that you notice with your sector, or do you think again it's pretty steady all across the year? What's that like?
Well, it depends. It depends on the division. For example, the healthcare division is pretty steady. No, there's always somebody that wants to go to the hospital or has to go to the hospital. So it's a very steady division or sector. The hospitality would be a sector that has more cycles, during the year, depending on where you operate. If you are in beach or you are in the city, of course, in the beaches you have cycles. When you have the vacations periods, you have the demand. The demand goes up, and in the cities is the other way. No, those are sectors. The hospitality sector, it's a sector that would suffer more from an economical crisis or boom. No, when you have a boom in the economy, when the economy is moving, you see a lot of demand in the hotels and restaurants, and in the sports clubs. There's a lot of people. There are a lot of people going to a restaurant in those days. No, so it's a more cyclic sector, the hospitality one. Let's remember that Mexico is the 6th visited country in terms of tourism in the world. So we have a lot. We have more and more people from outside of Mexico that come to the country, and that has been helping the hospitality sector a lot and growing a lot. In Mexico, we have close to a little bit more than 500,000 rooms of hotels in the beaches and in the cities, and it's not enough yet. The occupancy rate of the country is close to 60%. Yearly wise, I don't know in other countries, but it's okay. We have as you probably know, some very important beach cities like